and excited, but also nervous. Please don't judge me. All right. Hello everyone, and welcome to the very first YouTube video of the Ally Ashton Atelier channel, where we are having fun with interior design and decorating again. If you're like me and tired of seeing the same trends over and over again and really want your space to feel like you and be completely unique, because we all want to be unique, at least I do, then you are in the right place. So I wanted to show you guys my first attempt at designing like my dream home. You know, like if I were to become a billionaire, this is the house that I would build. It has all of my favorite materials and patterns and colors and just everything that I love, which is also the topic of the month at Ally Ashton Atelier. We are talking about our material personalities. And if this is not my material personality, then I don't know what is. Hey, Editing Ally here. Just wanted to clarify that material personality really covers any color, pattern, or just anything that covers any surface. Hope that helps. So the first thing that I have to show you guys is a PowerPoint presentation, because that's originally where I started to create a lot of my photorealistic designs, because I didn't have the money and the know-how to really invest in different softwares. And so I would literally find random images on Pinterest or online, or even product images, and just crop them the best I could, because I was not going to pay for like a background remover. So this definitely isn't perfect, but I think it's a fun introduction into my material personality, and I just want to show it off a little bit. Is that so wrong? All right, this is the front of the house. You'll see that there's a lot of French chateau inspiration here. That's just my favorite aesthetic, and it makes me super happy. I also just super love cobblestone. I just feel like it really gives like a sense of history, and even in a new build, I feel like it just makes it feel like it's been there forever. I also wanted to create like a Juliet balcony type of scenario here as well. Next, when you go into the house, when you turn to the left, there was going to be this dining room, and you can see the doors behind it that leads into the kitchen. And I wanted to have pocket doors into the entrance hall and into the kitchen, so that you have the option of it being open and being able to flow through those spaces. If you want more of a quiet, intimate dinner, you can close those off. I kind of loved the idea of like organic shapes with things that don't seem supernatural. So we have this ranch lighting, maybe looks like it has water droplets running off of it, but then you also have these acrylic chairs. Maybe acrylic can kind of give you the sense of water, but it's not naturally occurring. So I kind of like that juxtaposition. When you go through those pocket doors into the kitchen, then if you turn left again, this is facing the front of the house. My idea was to have a butler's pantry. Another thing that I love is blue and white chinoiserie. Chinoiserie is that blue and white that you see on the light fixture. It's known to be called chinoiserie when it is on like pottery, and then if it is on fabric or wallpaper, it's usually called toile. I wanted to have open shelves behind these areas here where I could display some glassware or plates for hosting, because if we're fancy, we're going to be hosting dinner parties all the time, and we have to have the china to go with the aesthetic of the party. I laugh, but this is what I want. Someday, maybe. This is what you would see from the dining room if you're in the dining room and the pocket doors are open. I wanted this kitchen to be really minimal, classic, and not have a lot of color, because this is like the heart of the home where everything is going on. Inevitably, there's going to be clutter, even when you're like cooking food. I wanted everything to just be a nice background to life. Also, just to have the finishes really be the star of the show. I would want it to have like this really intense veining. I'm not a big fan of mostly white, kind of boring marble, which I say boring, but this is just my personal preference, you know, material personality. And right next to this room, like if we go over here, this is what we'd see. So this is the peninsula with a little bit more seating. idea here was to kind of continue that motif from the dining room into here of the acrylic, because I love to have a coffee table with books and candles and things on top of that, but I also want there to be the option of ottomans, whether if you want to put your feet up or if you need a little bit extra seating. So my idea was to have this curved acrylic coffee table with a couple extra ottomans underneath, and so then you just have that flexibility of being able to have the decor while also having the functionality as well. Back into the original entrance of the house. Instead of turning left into the dining room, we turn right into the parlor slash study. I love this room. You really see the juxtaposition of modern and really classic wood molding, and I'd love to have like reclaimed wood herringbone floors. That's another one of my material personality things, is herringbone. It's my favorite. I think it's so classic. Don't show me chevron. It's unacceptable. Herringbone only. If you get it, you get it. Moving into the view that you see from the entrance hall, I know this is a lot of wood, but I really wanted it to feel so cozy and inviting and to have those lighter color elements to really shine. Moving back to the opposite wall from the fireplace, we have this desk seating area with a built-in desk, and that's where the computer would be kept, but you can turn around so this chair is on wheels and either face the room if you're on your laptop. Back into the main hall, I want to have a half bath on the main floor for those big fancy parties that we're hosting. I love this bathroom. This is another kind of version of the toile that you see in the butler's pantry. I have to say, this is one of my favorite rooms, and it really starts to show the bold designs that I love that really marry classic design with something that's really punchy and modern and fun. And yellow is really hard to do. A good rule of thumb there can be doing a wallpaper where they've already figured out the tones for you rather than trying to figure out a paint. So my thought is that you have that box molding in here as well as the crown molding, but I really want it to have like a high gloss finish. So it's kind of like a mirror effect, especially paired with this black and white checkered marble flooring that is flowing in from the entrance hall. That is also going to be pretty shiny because this room is not very big, and with going with such a bold dark color, this glossiness that helps reflect a lot of the light can make it still feel bright and not claustrophobic. I just love the added touch of the black toilet seat. Some of those small customizations can go such a long way. I mean, if you think about if you just had like a normal ass toilet in here, you'd be so missing out, but I just feel like this is so much fun. Towards the back of the house is the pool bathroom slash laundry room. This is big girl dreaming at its finest. So my idea here is that I really wanted it to feel like you were outside, and I really wanted to emulate some like bubbles with these lights. Obviously we have the cloud ceiling. Next to that, in the same hallway, was the workout space. This was the main wall, so we have the 3 mirrors here, one in front of each thing, so you can watch yourself suffering. This room is a little bit more modern than I would usually go because I really wanted it to have a really fresh, modern, kind of organic feel to it. So I added these greenery walls, have some cute neon signage in front of it to keep you motivated. I don't know if I'd still do it this way. I did this 3 or 4 years ago. I don't know. I've changed a lot since then. Just grown. I haven't even mentioned these chandelier fans. Obviously, we can't give up the chandeliers, even in this more modern area. I'm not living with just normal fans because that's boring. This is the craft room, and I have to say, I love her with all of my heart. I love her. I can work on DIY projects in here or host interior design clients, having this be a really creative space. Lots of storage, all of the craft supplies. I really, really wanted it to have this modern take on apothecary drawers. Obviously, apothecary drawers, classic ones were small. These ones would be bigger. They might even just be fronts to a cabinet, and it kind of brings that vintage nod to the room. But then also you get that more modern, minimal style, but the patina on it makes it look so old. And I'm talking about these upper cabinets here where they're wrapped in like a brass. I think that's my favorite part of the room, to be completely honest. It is just like the star of the show. I believe these lights were from Anthropologie, and I wanted to have a couple at different heights just to feel really eclectic, but I also really wanted to keep this room neutral. And that's because there's going to be so much going on in this room, whether it's fabrics or samples or whatever your home is meant to be lived in. I was thinking about that. I was being so professional in this fake house that will probably never exist. Going up the stairs, this is the entrance hall with the little Juliet balcony. From the middle of the house, I really wanted a symmetrical house just for the front facade, an actual like French chateau usually would be. I wanted the main big areas to be really minimal and classic so that you're not overwhelmed by color or design. I think that that can be done really well, but my big, beautiful billionaire dream life, I would be hosting Gatsby parties here. And so there's got to be a good backdrop to having all of the styling for the parties to happen. I'm just gonna say it. That's what I want. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. You went this way. There is a laundry room. I decided to go full Ally in this room and go pink. Pink is my favorite color. You still have the molding and it's really pretty and classic, but you still kind of get like this fun modern twist. And I also love this really detailed sink here, as anything that you put into a house is an opportunity for a little bit extra detail. If you have money to burn, why not? Why not? Another one of my favorite material personalities, or if we say pattern personalities, houndstooth. Just this big, beautiful pink and white houndstooth rug. I would die. I feel like I would die. Genuinely, this would probably be my favorite room. In this room, I would want to put a vintage wood table and use it as an island for folding things. Another detail that I really love to continue that herringbone flooring motif from the rest of the house where it's the wood, but in here it would be white marble. And this is one of those times when I love a more of a toned down marble. You know, in the kitchen, I love all the big veins and the movement that you see with the extra colors. But here, you still get a little bit of that gold veining, but it's a lot more minimal because I want the other parts of this room to just really sing. But I do want to add a black marble trim around the edges of the room. It starts to mirror the flooring in the entrance hall where we have the black and white checkered. We still have the black and white marble here, but we're doing it in a different way. The patterns create a motif through the house where you start to feel like it's all connected. And that's what I love. Even though a lot of the rooms are different colors or different patterns or things like that, you really start to see these motifs that make the house feel like one house and not super disjointed. A thing that helps with that is the same ratio of this really classic design with the little bit of modern juxtaposition that you see. That is really consistent throughout the house, and I think that that makes it feel all connected as well. Also, in this hallway, I really think it'd be fun to have a game room with a movie theater in it. As you can see here, this was my attempt at not having so much white space. I literally cropped the same photo multiple times and like overlaid it and lined it up super carefully. Sounds exhausting now. I don't know if I'd put that much effort into this because why? You go, Ally, from 4 years ago. Good job. I just fell back in love with this room. Kind of forgot about it. What I love about this room is this really, really beautiful, like lavender, almost like mauve color on the wall that is matched by the same tones in the wallpaper. I love wallpaper that has molding boxes around it. I just think that it's so classic, and when you have kind of a big scale, busy wallpaper, it's a really good way to break that up. And I die because you've got these beautiful Grecian molding in this wallpaper, and it just feels so old and beautiful. It's such a muted color that I still wanted this room to feel really fun and young. I think that this can feel really sophisticated, and I decided to add some of this lighter, brighter green in the rug and in the felt, just making it feel a little more vibrant while also sophisticated. You know, we could have a fancy poker night here or something. And this is where all of the snacks are, because if we're in the zone and I am beating you at pool, I'm not gonna go downstairs and get a little treat. No. I'm gonna go over here, make a cute little drink, and then kick your butt. So I carried the same color over here into the cabinets. I love this because this has kind of that smoky mirror effect on the wall. That way you don't get this like full in your face reflection of the entire room. You kind of get that like vintage movement to it. And again, if I built this house, this would be brand new unless I was somehow able to source that much vintage mirror that all matched. But even though it's new, it would look vintage and just like patinaed and beautiful. And so that was the idea with doing the gold open shelving here as well, is you'd still be able to see that mirror behind it, and it would just have this really beautiful, like kind of like glass on glass effect. Here, my thought was having a little chess table. Also picked these chairs because I felt like they looked like little pawns. I don't know, tell me if you think they look like pawns too. They are just perfect. If we were standing by the little kitchenette looking down, you'd have a little playing table, and then on the wall, this would be the Ashton Theater. I'd be that extra, and it would literally say like the Ashton Theater or something. If you're gonna do it, you have to full send it. I really love the idea of these heavy, beautiful velvet curtains here. Number one, because it just feels so quintessentially movie theater, but also once those are closed, it would be a good sound dampening effect as well. I just feel like I have to pat Ally from 4 years ago on the back, because when you think movie theater curtains, you're thinking red. At least I am. But with this room being the beautiful purple color with the green, it kind of brings this fun new feeling to the classic movie theater curtains. Redefining what a classic movie theater curtain looks like. Giving myself way too much credit here. So, moving into the movie theater. Also lining the walls in some of the black curtains again, and I think I was gonna go for kind of just the classic movie theater flooring, but all in black. I wanted to put marble plinth tables on either side just to bring some pattern into the room. So this is where the couches would be, and I wanted to have the little movie theater dividers just to be cutesy. She's just cute and fun. This is what I'm saying. We're having fun with designing our houses. You can still have a really kind of like cliche, kitschy vibe while still having it be really classic and timeless and beautiful. At the end of this hallway is the primary suite. This room is just beautiful to me. I really wanted to go for almost like royal vibe, so I went with this really dark blue color. My idea was to have a really beautiful celestial star mural on the ceiling with the same blue color but gold foiled planetary systems up there. I found this gorgeous bed frame where on these edges was this vintage mirror effect, really similar to the game room kitchenette. So again, pulling some of those same themes throughout the house, but in not a super obvious matchy-matchy way. I don't even know what to say. It's just so pretty. And if you disagree, you're just wrong. I don't know. If you were on the bed looking at the other side of the room, this is what you would see. Viola Calcutta marble mantle. I just love because it brings in that purple color again, but in a really subtle, classic, beautiful way. I just really wanted this room to feel really calm and quiet and serene, which you might not think that with such a bold color, but because of the tonality of it, it almost feels like the night sky. Also, there are these double doors that are leading into the rest of the primary suite. This door here is the primary bathroom. This is the same marble herringbone flooring that was in the laundry room. I wanted to bring in that dark, beautiful blue color into this bathroom. So when you first walk in, there is a vanity over here and then a built-in shower over here. Over here is the vanity with the sinks and then the water closet. This is the built-in shower vibe that I wanted. Lots of marble and this tile picture molding as well. Literally exactly this, which is why I just stole this photo. It's the vibe. That's what I wanted. In the water closet, I have to say this and the laundry room are my favorite rooms in this house because it's pink and it's like my favorite. So my thought in this bathroom, I love to go super dramatic in smaller rooms if you haven't noticed. I wanted to have this little porthole window just to have like a really extra special moment in this small bathroom. Even if it would literally just be me and my spouse using it and no one else is ever in there. That is what I feel like romanticizes your life, is just having these fun little quirky things that who would think to do that? Which is maybe giving myself a little too much credit. Here we have this beautiful box molding and crown molding, and I wanted this color on the ceiling as well. And just this really beautiful, it almost looks like Venetian plaster, but it's a wallpaper with this floral motif on it. And I just think it's so beautiful. I don't even know what to say. It's just pretty. And again, bringing in some really interesting things into the details. Look at this freaking toilet paper holder, and it's literally just pretty. It holds toilet paper, but it's pretty. And again, here, this is a toilet bowl cleaner holder. If it's gonna be there, why not have it be pretty? I don't want to look at the gross stuff. We're billionaires. It doesn't matter. We can pay for it. It's fine. So I also just really loved the dramaticness of having a fully black toilet here. And I know that that could be really controversial, but I love her and she's cute. In the rest of the bathroom, these are the walls that are mirrored. Over here was the built-in vanities. I also wanted it to just almost look like repurposed vintage dressers. These are really similar lampshades to in the bedroom. Again, bringing that similar motif throughout the suite to make it all feel really connected. And on this other side, we have this arched cabinet. I wanted this really beautiful vintage vanity in front of a window so you have that natural light to do your makeup. I found this carved beautiful chair. I died a little bit because it's so beautiful. And going into the other door, this is the exact opposite of the door. This is going to be the walk-in closet. Best closet ever. I don't know what to tell you. Over here, I wanted to have a full-length mirror with a bench so you can put shoes on or whatever, or pile clothes on it. Let's be real here. Over here, this is called a butler's stand or valet stand, and it's technically used by valets, but you can set out an outfit on this. There's vintage ones. I believe this is a vintage MCM vibe. Another main aspect of this room was that I wanted to have these really beautiful black glossy columns throughout. Just brings in another aspect of architecture that's really beautiful. This would be my side of the closet. She's cute. I wanted to bring in those columns in between each area. I would love to have little areas where I can display some vintage hat boxes with actual vintage hats. I just love the idea of having a rolling ladder because literally, why not? I wanted to have this long black glossy island. The idea was is this where you can put jewelry, socks, underwear, whatever. And I also really wanted to have the ends of it to be these glass jewelry boxes so you can have a lot of your other fun things on display and it can just really feel like a store. I love having beautiful things and I love being able to look at beautiful things. And at the very end, it's a vintage technically called a conversation ottoman. You would typically see them in old hotel or old walk-in closets and I just love it. Thank you so much for looking at my dream house with me, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments, what you would do differently, or if you would move in today, like I would. I am so excited for everything that I have planned for Ally Ashton Atelier this year. I have been planning for months. I do a weekly segment on on Instagram called Wednesday Whimsy, and we just have some fun with different interior design. Stay tuned for the rest of this month with your material personality. We'll be diving into how to figure out yours on my podcast. And next month, we will be talking about the theme of House of Cards, theme versus concept, and basically how to have fun without it being a theme park. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be so much fun. I have a different theme for each month, literally through the rest of the year. Stick around, be a part of the lovely people club. Thank you guys for being here, and let's continue to live our lives by design, not by default, because we're cooler than that. See you guys next time.